Morning everyone, Steve Brown from Swansea Creatives, and I'm here with Gary from West Wales Heating. And we've been talking about this morning, we've been talking about different things like biomass and solar panels and heat pumps and all the rest of it. So here's my question to you then. Do I have to have one or the other, or can I combine them? How does that work?
You certainly can combine them. You wouldn't necessarily combine a heat pump and a biomass system,
Right.
but all the systems can have solar thermal.
Right.
Solar thermal, if you like, can be integrated into.
And the solar thermal is the one where you were talking about the panels being with it, where you're heating the water. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
And they can be used with a biomass system, with a heat pump system. They're their own system in themselves. They're heating either a hot water cylinder or a thermal store,
right.
So they can all be combined. Interestingly, of course, what a lot of people are doing with that are having heat pumps installed. Heat pumps work entirely with electric, whether they're extracting heat from the air or from the ground. So they're putting a PV system, a panelled PV system, either on the roof or on the ground on a frame system. And of course they're generating their own electric to then drive the electric of the heat pump.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the thing with when you've got a PV system is to try and maximise the electrical use that you're generating.
Yeah.
So, you know, for instance, you put a PV system in and all it's doing is running the washing machine, fridge and television type of thing, you're going to be generating a lot of electric which then goes onto the grid, whereas you can be using that electric for yourself.
Right, that's fascinating. So what you're really saying here, because my perception of things like, you know, companies like yourself who say, you know, we do green renewables and all the rest of it. So there's actually, if you plan this out, I mean, because I'm also thinking, you know, you've been mentioning that, you know, I can get a return on my investment over quite a short span. So I could even do it, if I was really thinking this through, I could even do it step by step. If I couldn't afford all the capital outlay up front, I could do the one thing first and then build the other one on afterwards. And then, like you say, I'm self-generating my own electricity to run my own system.
Quite so. I mean, the crucial thing, to a degree, is to talk to somebody like me right at the beginning of a project. If it's a new build, or if it's an existing property that you want to change the heating system, is to talk to somebody like me at the beginning, because then you get an idea of the systems that suit you best. But also things like, for instance, if you are thinking, well, we'll put solar thermal on, but we'll leave that for a couple of years because of the budgets, that you make sure that the hot water cylinder that's installed in the property has a coil in it for the solar thermal.
Right.
It doesn't matter that it's there unused, but
if you get on afterwards.
Exactly, you know, rather than put in a cylinder, 2 or 3 years later, right, now we can afford the solar thermal, we have to replace the cylinder.
That's right,
you know,
I get you.
So talking to an engineer, a heating engineer like myself, about the whole project to begin with, can often save money as well, because you know what you need to have.
And if you do it right, you can shorten down the time before you get your money back anyway with the support that you get in. That's very interesting. So guys, it's been Steve Brown from Swansea Creatives. I've been talking to Gary Wignall from West Wales Heating. If you want to know more about, you know, renewable energy and saving money and all of this support that you get, have a look at the website or contact Gary on the telephone number which is at the bottom of this video, and we'll show you all in the next video.